So setting up for this was a little challenging. I didn't have any batteries in my mic, but I hopefully got that all taken care of. So I've had a few minutes extra to think about what it is I want to talk to you guys about today. And honestly, today I really want to talk to you guys about this lovely device. Many of you guys have seen my first impressions video, and if you haven't already, go ahead, check that out. I kind of go through my first 2 hours with this device, talking about the hardware, the form factor, my just impressions of navigation and how I might use this device. Since publishing that first impressions video and having this device over the last few days, I've had a chance to see other influencers and how they reviewed this product, and also had a chance to read some of your guys' comments. So if there's comments that you guys want to leave, by all means do so, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow our pages. We give tons of reviews on different technology devices, digital planning, and note taking, and just have some good times. But one of the things that was really kind of transparent throughout all of the reviews that I've seen is a lot of people saw that this really wasn't like the best fit for a mobile phone. And I would actually support that. I mean, if you're looking for a phone with a really good camera, this device is not to that level. But if you're looking for a device that is going to be with you, a mobile computing device that is going to help you multitask and take better use of your productivity, I so much believe that this device here is the future, and here's why. Think of how many times you are on your phone and you're having to navigate between apps. You know, maybe someone sends you an email, you need to look something up in another email as you respond to them, or you need to look at something on a web browser, or you need to make a notation in your CRM program as you reply to an email, or as you're taking a call, you're trying to take notes. This device can do that. The same reason that you have 2 monitors at your desk and you find that to be so much more effective and efficient, this device for mobile computing is where it is. And guys, I think it's brilliant. I really do. And in the last 5 days since I've had this device enter my palms, I found myself picking up my Samsung Note a heck of a lot less because the form factor is so much different. The writing experience, in my opinion, is so much better. And today I'm going to take you guys through using OneNote on the Microsoft Surface Duo. We're going to cover the 3 different pens that can work with this device from Microsoft, and just kind of show you my first overall review of what it means to digital note take and use this device for your everyday digital planning. So stay with me. All right, as promised, we're going to talk about the Microsoft Surface Duo, digital note taking, and daily planning. For those that follow me, you know I have a passion for digital planning. Matter of fact, over the last few years, I built a digital planner, and I'm excited to see how this planner is going to work on this device. Many years ago, we learned about the Surface and what that could do, and we heard rumors of there being a Surface phone, and I was excited. I was actually waiting for that to happen. I adapted the Samsung Note in the absence of the Surface, and I've used that for several years now, or a couple years now, each and every day doing my daily planning. So when I learned about this Surface Duo, I was a little skeptical to know if it had really come full circle. So when the pre-order came out for it, I was definitely one of the first in line to get it. And over the last week, I've had the opportunity to use this device each and every day. Now, for those that have made comments about this not being the best phone and there not being a good camera, that's really not what this device is designed for. This is a device that is going to help you become more productive. And today I'm going to show you how you are going to become more productive when it comes to digital note taking and daily planning. So let's dive into it. So looking at this device, the first thing I want to share with you is that I think the Fingerprint Reader is pretty responsive. It's worked really well for me over the last few days. OneNote is my app of choice when it comes to digital note taking. It's something that I really have gravitated towards for the last number of years. It's an application that works across many devices, and I think that's so important to realize, because not only will it work on an Apple computer, a Microsoft machine, a Samsung Note, or any other mobile computing device, it is really universal. And to see that on here is first and foremost awesome. The first thing I want to point out is the aspect ratio, the size of the screen. When I compare this screen to my Samsung Note, there's a lot more real estate for writing on here, and that alone has made it more comfortable. It's also giving me the ability, when I'm in an app, I can go ahead, click on my note, and I just have so much more writing space to work with. And it fits better in my palm, it feels more secure. But let's first look at the different styluses that were introduced or have been introduced by Microsoft over the last number of years. This is one of the first generations, this is one of the second generations, and then we have the latest Slim Pen. Now, one thing that's really unique about this Slim Pen, if I go ahead and I close this, this will go ahead and snap on there, and it actually works pretty good. Now, I've tried a couple other devices. It has a little bit of a hold because of the clip, but nothing that I'd feel comfortable with carrying around. The second thing, this one here has a little more clip, but it doesn't really have a space that it fits well, and it naturally wants to seem to slide over to the edge. This one here works pretty well, and a lot of times I find myself carrying my devices like this as I'm walking. And if you guys want more first impressions, go ahead and check out the video that I did previously with this device. I always seem to open it up into tent mode a little bit and kind of push down here. That seems to give me the best real estate and makes the device pretty flat when I use it. So let's go ahead and look at these pens. Now, the first thing is how well do they write? I can go ahead and zoom in, and I'm going to write So that's the first pen. Using the second pen, and then the Slim Pen. Now, in my opinion, these three pens have the similar quality in handwriting. It's just a matter of which one fits better in my hand. It seems that when I'm using the Surface Dual, the Slim Pen just naturally feels more comfortable, and that convenience factor of being able to put it right on the device has really been helpful over the last week. Now, I primarily use this pen here on my daily journaling in my Surface Pro. I like the feel of this pen over this one, but the fact that all three of them work is really cool, and they each have the ability, as you're using it, you can go ahead and you can erase with holding the buttons down as they were designed previously on the Surface Pro, and then just like you can on the Surface Pro, you can even flip this one around and use it. The one thing that I found that's been kind of trouble is just there seems to be a little bit of hesitation when it comes to the lasso tool. I think that's more of a software thing. It wants to jump over. It will select everything. I realized if I go ahead and I push the buttons a couple times, or I zoom out as I'm doing it, it seems to work a little better. Sometimes I open and close the app, but it definitely wants to start all the way to the left side. So why do I use OneNote? As I mentioned, it's a universal app first and foremost, and I've really come to enjoy that. The second thing is you can do so much with it when it comes to searching. You're actually able to search your handwritten notes. And for those that have been on calls with me, I generally will search grilled cheese. I make grilled cheese a lot as part of my lunch or dinner plans with my kids. And those that have been on Zoom calls with me, I type in grilled cheese, and you can first and foremost see how many times I've enjoyed grilled cheese over the last number of years. You'll have to let me know if you like your grilled cheese with either tomato soup, or do you like ketchup with it, or do you eat it just plain? So go ahead, hit me in the comments and tell me how you prefer to get your grilled cheese. And even more so, do you ever mix cheeses? I'm from Wisconsin, we love cheese. So I like to sometimes mix in there a little Swiss with a little cheddar. Some days I just like to do a little Colby and keep it straight up, but here in Wisconsin we have a lot of cheeses to pick from. So you'll have to let me know in the comments below when it comes to grilled cheese, what is your preference? So back to the planner and back to note taking. I think note taking is so huge. Biggest reason is when we write something down, we're so much more likely to remember it. And one thing that this device does, it really helps not only enhance your ability to take notes. I mean, I can be on the go and I can go here and I can write again, Tom likes fish. It's a slogan I use a lot. And if I zoom in a little bit, I can go ahead and I can write that, and it comes out a little more cleaner. But I think that is so powerful to be able to do that. And then be able to do it across the multitasking feature. This is one thing that the Surface Duo has over the Samsung Note, other than the fact the aspect ratio is so much more comfortable for handwriting. In here, you can go ahead and create groups. Now these groups are awesome and you can basically create them however you like, but I created a couple groups. One is Calendar Note, one is Mail Note, and one is Web Note. And I found that each one of these little groups have really helped me be more productive over the last few days as I've used this device. But before I jump into that, I want to show you what this device looks like in full screen mode. Now you can go ahead and you can take this and you can slide this device from one screen to the next, that app, and use it both ways if you choose to. You can also push it in the center. Now this I think is huge, because if you're doing daily planning and you're using our planner, you can easily jump in. You can see the days of the weeks that you're working with over here on the left column, and then you can easily see the planner page on the right column. And for those that are intrigued by this a little bit, this planner that we developed is really designed to help you get out of paper planning and into digital planning. That's my son right there. Yeah, what's up, Lion?
Can I go on the iPad?
Yes, upstairs. For those that are a little intrigued by this, we designed this planner to really help you get out of paper planning and into digital planning, but be able to do digital planning professionally, personally, and find yourself finding success in the plans that you're making. And what's so cool about this, you are able to type in the planner, so you can easily go ahead and use the type function as you see here. But you also have the ability, especially now with this great device, is you can go ahead and write your plans in the planner. And being able to use this planner, use this device, and be able to see both screens here and be able to navigate through the planner pages, to me is a game changer, and what makes me most excited about this device and being my daily driver. Also, you have the ability to go full screen. And when you go full screen, you have the luxury of having your page spread across both sides of the screen. Now, for those that want to maximize real estate, I think that's really huge. But also, you might want to read, dictate, or think through your notes. A lot of times I'll find myself in this mode. I'll go into a note that I wrote, I'll bring it full screen, and I was talking before about this pen, right? So I might have like a day of notes in the left side, and I look over those notes, and then I start thinking of the ideas that, you know, kind of come from that brainstorming session, and I basically put those thoughts and ideas on the right side as I review the notes I did on the left side from that meeting, from that day. A lot of our planner pages that we have, the left side is really about note-taking, and the right side is really about maximizing your plans for the week. So if you go into here, you'll see, you know, this is my plan for the week. These are the accomplishments and the things I'm looking to do. This is my planning board session. And the right side is really kind of a space where you can write your week at a view and just try to get a handle on your plans for that week. And this mode is great for that. So that is OneNote and some quick ideas on how basically handwriting works in it. You can use OneNote to navigate. You can go ahead and create additional pages in here, different sections if you'd like. You can even go ahead and copy. So if you want to go ahead and expand your notes, you can simply select and hold. You can go up to the copy tool here, and then you can basically paste that page where you'd like it to show up. So I'm gonna put that note in January, hit copy, hit select, and now if I go in my January, boom, right there's that note page that I just copied. So OneNote has a lot of features. If you're in school, you're in business, you're working remotely right now, this is a huge application that has a lot of opportunities. As many of you guys know, you can import different Microsoft Word documents, Excel documents. You can put PDFs in here and mark them up. You can share your pages with individuals so they can see your annotations as you make them. And it's a great place to collaborate. But the Microsoft Duo takes this experience a little bit further. Now, a lot of people ask me when it comes to daily planning and using a digital planner for my plans is, how do I embed that or integrate that with my electronic planner? How do I get that on Google or iCalendar or an Outlook. And this is really one of the greatest ways to do it. It's side by side. So you can see if I jump in to an upcoming month here, January 4th, you're going to see there's my January 4th date. You can see here that I have my handwritten plans on the right side and my electronic planner on the right side. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add this meeting here at 11:30 with Joyce. So I come in here, I'm going to type in meeting with Joyce. And this is going to allow me to really create a reflection of what is in my handwritten planner in my electronic planner. Now, I don't use my electronic planner for really anything more than notifications. A lot of my plans, my goals don't make it to my planner, but my activities and events do make it to my electronic planner. The digital planner that we have with the Key to Success planning system is all about obtaining your goals each and every day. So handwriting those goals and writing through those daily key threes is really important to achieve that success. And by using this combination, not only are you going to be able to achieve your goals in a handwritten function, but you're also going to be able to enter those important events into your electronic planner as you need them. The next one is mail and notes. Now, so many times I find myself when I am reading emails that I need to write notes about those messages. So maybe if someone sends me an idea or there's a meeting coming up, I want to read through that meeting agenda on my left side, and I want to go ahead and I want to write out my thoughts on that meeting. So my meeting with Tom here. So I can go ahead, I can write in my notes, I can create my agenda, I can do anything on the right side that I choose to, and I still have the opportunity to review that meeting agenda in the left side. Now you might want to have this paired up with a Word document or an Excel document. Think of how many times maybe you're reviewing like a P&L sheet or a budget sheet for a particular month or quarter, and you want to make notes about the line items, and you're trying to do this mobily. This is going to be a powerhouse tool that is going to allow you to do that when you're on the go. And it just, to me, it's so fascinating that different influencers didn't see some of those benefits, that they felt the camera was more important and a bigger piece of having the ability to mobile compute than something like this. And so far over the last few days, I've seen a lot of productivity enhancements for myself through this mechanism. The other one that I made that I've had a lot of use is a web utility and a note utility. Now, a lot of you guys in the last video, if you haven't already taken a look at it, go ahead and check it out. But you guys criticized me for putting Fox News as the web browser. So today we're going to look at CNN. So we're just keeping it fair and balanced. I don't really have a political purpose in what we're doing here with these videos. It just happened to be the first thing that came to mind that day. So there you have it. So if we want to talk about the fires in California, I hope that definitely works out for everybody over there, and we just get through that, and we get a little bit of relief for everybody that's working so hard. You can easily go ahead and browse through the web and make notations. I see a lot of benefits for this. Maybe if you're researching something and you want to take notes, maybe you're doing online courses right now and you're viewing those course notes on the left side, you can take notes on the right side. Maybe you're someone that is maybe looking to remodel your house and you're looking at different Pinterest photos or different design ideas. Maybe you're on Etsy and you're looking to buy something. This device is going to give you the opportunity, again, when you're mobile computing, the opportunity to be able to do that. The other thing I find so cool about this device is it really just fits in your hand very comfortably. And I was able to get a lot of benefit from being able to use this as I'm sitting down, traveling in the car. It feels comfortable in my hand. Not only does it feel comfortable when it's sitting down. So that, in a nutshell, guys, is really what this device is meant for. And if you haven't already checked it out, by all means, go ahead and check it out now. If you're interested and curious about our daily planner, please go ahead and check out one of the mini videos that we have on daily planning. We have so many users that find so much success through daily planning. And if you're looking at this device, I can almost promise you that you're gonna find success in your daily plans between this device and our planner. I'm Brandon Bonderfer, the founder and creator of the Key Success Planning System. And if you guys haven't already, join me as we continue to move forward and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.